Okay, y'all. Thank y'all so much for tuning in to Conversations with Glo podcast. Tonight, this is something different. We are going to be sitting with an artist who represents something a lot of people feel but rarely say out loud. Well, he's an artist who represents something a lot of people feel but rarely say out loud. The courage to walk away from comfort and chase the thing that keeps you up at night. Matt Stanton is the quiet risk taker, the dreamer next door, the kid from Bigwoodton. Y'all, y'all just learn how to say that word, so bear with me, okay? Who traded stability for a shot at something real. His music isn't just sound, it's emotion, ambition, and honesty stitched together. Whether he's giving you a vibe in Atlanta or pulling you into something deeper, Matt shows up as himself every time, and that's rare. So tonight, we're gonna, be talking about his journey, the weight, the wins, the doubts, and the dream. So before we get into that, I'm gonna introduce Max, but I want to allow for him to introduce himself. So what's up, Max?
That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was great. Yeah, I'm just an artist. I go by the name of Max Stanton. And like she was saying, I'm from Binghamton, New York. And now I live in Nashville and I'm just doing my thing.
Okay, you stay in Nashville. That's dope. How you like it there? What's like it's like you coming from, you're still on the East Coast, but is Binghamton as country as Nashville?
Oh no. So Nashville is actually it's south, it's center. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like it's way different. I mean, Binghamton is like a small city and there's nothing really going on, especially musically. And then coming down here, it's the opposite, really. It's just it's everything music. It's Music City for a reason.
Okay, cool. Okay.
Yeah. I'm really enjoying it.
Okay, I like that. I was actually up in Tennessee probably like a couple weeks ago. I actually love, I don't know, like I just love the area, like the mountain area, the air and all that good stuff that actually goes on up that way. But okay, from New York to Nashville, that's pretty dope. So did you move out to Nashville by yourself or?
No, I live with 3 other people and they're their own separate band. And they go by the name of Writer's Block. So we all live together. So it's 4 people in a house full of music. And I'm literally right now I'm in my closet and I made it into a studio. So it's like
okay, that's dope. Yeah. That's really dope. That's really cool. Dope.
We just moved here in October, so it's still kind of new.
So something to get used to, right?
Absolutely.
Do you find yourself going back to New York?
Oh yeah. I'm a big family guy, so I always go back up.
I'm talking about like to stay.
Oh yeah, just during like holidays and stuff, but because Binghamton, like I always have to say this because Binghamton is upstate New York. It's not like the city.
Okay.
So, but I love New York City, but Binghamton is like it's like a 3-hour drive from there.
Okay.
So when I go back, it's for like just to see family and stuff like that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Well, cool. Well, that's a good thing that that you will still go back. So that's the important part.
For sure.
Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Again, as I stated before, like you did walk away from like I guess like your 9 to 5 to become, more into your music. And with you walking away with a stable business path to chase music, what was the moment you knew comfort wasn't enough anymore?
It's an interesting situation because it's not really like I had a full business. I mean, my family had a business growing up, and I guess I could have taken that route very easily. But I was always the kid that like I was always a kid with like a dream, like whether that be sports or music, it was always more. And I always wanted to be outside the box for some reason. I can't really explain it, but that like outside the box mentality, especially when I found music, like it went to another level. So I never really wanted comfort. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe because I always knew the option was there,
Yeah.
but I don't really know.
See, when I was growing up, I swear, like, I love music, period. But I just swear that I was a rapper, and like I used to try to freestyle with one, like with some of the, the homeboys from the hood over
Yeah.
there. We used to try to freestyle with them, but I couldn't keep up. It just brings back memories in the sense of that. But I get exactly where you are coming from when you're saying like it wasn't just comfort, it was something that you already knew that you just actually wanted to go out and do, since you have been a kid that's been doing something different since then. I'm gonna say I feel the same way. This is, I feel like God just only placed me back into my calling, because when I was a little kid, Max, I used to play like the TV talk shows like Jerry Springer, Ricky Lake. You probably
Yeah.
too young to actually just know all that, but it
I know
was just,
Springer.
huh?
I know Jerry Springer.
Yeah, of course. Of everybody know Jerry Springer. Rest in peace to him. I
Yeah.
still can't believe he passed away.
Yeah, I
That's
can't
just
believe that either.
mind blowing.
What a legend.
But yeah, like so I used to play that when I was just played that type of stuff as a kid, and I didn't know it was gonna like come full circle in the sense of me doing it with my podcast. So I definitely understand where you're coming from.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of things like that we grow up doing. It's kind of obvious to like say it, but like a lot of things that we grow up doing, we see us grown-ups trying to be kids again. You
Yeah,
know, and it
yeah,
makes it so much fun. Like that's why I love it,
yes.
because it lets you play. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You
Um,
can't take it that serious.
I I'm such a goofball. It's crazy. And and it's just like I don't know if I'm ever gonna grow up, because I'd rather just stay this Toys R Us kid. It's much easier that way a little bit,
Yeah,
though I
it
got
is.
kids of
Yeah.
my own, but it's just like I'd rather still have like some childish ways, because who wants to be serious all the time?
No, no,
Not
you can't.
not me. Not me. So your music shifts between emotional, experimental, and aspirational. How do you decide what version of Matt shows up on the track?
I have no clue. Like I don't have versions of me. It's just like whatever vibe I'm feeling, just that's what I try to get out. You know what I mean? Whatever kind of flows. It's a very magical process. I always explain it as. Like with music, when you I don't know, it's just like a feeling and then you try to convey that feeling with the best words you can.
Okay.
So you
Because I'm
never
going to tell you, while we're talking about your music,
Oh, you muted. You muted.
my bad.
Good.
While we're talking about your music, I'm going to tell you, I came up with four, but I'm pretty much sure I could probably just come up with some more. The four that I have is A Vibe in Atlanta, One of One, Miss, and 9559.
Okay.
So when I was listening to 9559, I was I liked it. Can you tell me more about that song and
Yeah,
why
it
you
was
wrote
just
it?
I wrote it because like for me specifically, like a lot of people might like get into music and be an artist because like I don't know, they just enjoy making music and they want to be famous or they want to have all the money in the world or whatever it may be. But for me, it's really like a obsession, and it's not even like I can't stop thinking about it. Like it's just you probably have those same things where you just can't stop thinking about this thing and you have to do it and you have no
Hmm.
choice and it's just
Hmm.
God's plan for you. So 9559 was saying like this is really 9 to 5, but also 5 to 9, how I'm working on the music. And
Yep.
it's just
I
like,
I said it's so crazy because I said that, and though you may have said something in that sense in the song, but I was sitting here and I was thinking, I was like 9 to 5, 5 to 9, and I was thinking like you working from 9 to 5, and then from 5 to 9 you got your own time to actually create on your own craft.
Yeah. Well, no, for me it's just like, yeah, it's kind of explaining the obsession, and then it's like it's a 24-hour thing. You know what I
Okay,
mean? Like
yeah,
this is a 24-hour obsession for me. And it's just like kind of a song like conveying my love for music
music.
or
Okay.
doing what I do. You know what I mean?
Yes, yes, I get it. I get it. I get it a whole lot.
Yeah.
And when you're in the studio, what emotion do you chase first? Honesty, ambition, or connection?
Honesty, ambition with that song or
Well, with you being in the studio, period.
honesty, connection, and what'd you say? Conviction?
Honesty, ambition, or
Ambition,
connection. Which
ambition.
emotion do you chase? Or do you chase all of them?
I really chase all of them, but mostly honesty.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like I can't, a song won't be good if I just fake what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
I won't really say the words with conviction and therefore won't connect. You know what I mean?
You know
So if
what?
I'm not
Most
honest,
artists needs to be like you if it's honesty, because if we had a lot of honest rappers, then it would be so much nonsense going on or so much jibber jabber going on. And I like the fact that I can understand every word that you were saying on your song. So shout out to you for that.
I guess I just make music out of like I make it from a different place. I think it's more of like a healing thing rather than like a flexing thing. You know,
Mm-hmm.
it's more
Yeah,
therapeutic rather than just like nonsense.
yeah, yeah.
Just to be cool.
Yeah, like it therapeutic to you, and also with me listening to it, especially one of one. Where did one of one come from?
That was after a breakup,
I figured.
of course. That was after a breakup. I was down bad, and I was in New York, and I was living in the city with my sister at the time, and that song was just like a 20-minute song for me, full beat and full lyrics, and it was just like 20 minutes and it was done. It was one of the quickest songs I've ever made.
Really?
Yeah, it just flowed out of me. It was it was all very real, very vulnerable.
So who did the breakup? Not to be in your business, but who did the
He
breakup?
did.
You or her? She
He did.
did.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Okay.
it
I
hurt. It was one of those. We went through COVID together and everything, and it just hurt. And then it
I
was over.
did. Now I'm gonna have to go back and listen to it again. So thank you for telling me that
Oh
information.
no!
Okay, so you said that performing, well, you said that performing is a drug for you. What happens internally when you step onto the stage?
Good question. I think it's like a. I don't know. Like it's a very weird feeling. Like you're so in the zone that you like can't feel. At least for me, like I can't really like feel anything or like I don't know. It's a very weird high that's like you can't replicate it at all.
Yeah, is the feeling different every time you're stepping on stage, or is it the same feeling that you have when you?
It's different every time. I think it depends on what the show is, where it is, like what it's for. You know what I mean? What songs I'm performing. Like it's always different.
I feel you because I actually had my first live show last year in February, and I though I'm like in front of like this camera like all the time.
Live is different.
Live is so different because you literally have eyes on you like
On you.
right then and there. Like they're on you, they waiting for you to,
Oh yeah,
what I'm saying, make
and
it happen.
you really have to take control,
Mhm.
like more than you would think.
Yeah. And when I went back and I looked at, the recording, because it was me and like like for other podcasters. I had like a podcast panel, and when I went back and I listened to it, I mean, well, watched it, and I was just like, Glo, you didn't even have no reason to feel the way that you felt. But again, this was something new.
Yeah.
So this is the reason, it was the reason why I actually felt like the anxious feeling or just being having like the little jitterbug. So I can definitely understand in the
Yeah.
sense of you saying that, the feeling is different every time you get on stage. So that's very understandable.
Yeah.
Um, you performed under 30 times.
Hmm.
But people say you carry yourself like a seasoned artist. Where does that confidence come from?
I don't see it that way, but
You don't see yourself having confidence?
not all the time. Like I see
Okay.
myself as like a relatively confident person in what I want to do and like what I want to say, but I don't think like I'm confident. You know what I mean? Like it's just I don't know. People say that, but I don't really feel all the time.
Is it something that you're feel it's like something natural that you're feeling? So this is why you don't feel confident or
No, I would say I'm just like I'm never really satisfied. Like my one of my biggest issues is I'm never really like satisfied
oh,
with like my work or what I'm doing or like I'm always trying to get better. So that's like the bright side of it. But the dark side of it is that like you're not always going to be the most confident person in the world
you
because
know.
you're criticizing yourself maybe a little more than you should. But at least I
So it
recognize
sounds like that you don't give yourself grace. Do you give yourself grace somewhere, Max?
it. No, I
Hmm.
really don't. I really don't.
Hmm.
That's one of my big things. Like I really need to, but I'm working on it.
How are you working on it? Because I was going to tell you, I feel like that's something that you need to work on. How
Oh, I'm working on it. I
yes.
don't know. I'm not really working on it.
You need to work on it. I'm gonna say how I give myself grace when it comes to things like even after I finish recording. Every time after I finish recording, I can sit up here and probably give myself more cons than I can with pros. But I find myself giving more pros than I do with cons, and also tell myself, I don't look at, oh, well, you can do better next time, you can do this next time, you can do that next time, because again, that's another way of actually criticizing yourself.
Yeah,
More of like, if it's a good feeling to you, sit in that feeling, and and just be thankful for every time that you perform on the stage, or every time that you drop a track, or anything like that. That's how you're going to sit up here and actually give yourself grace with you actually being thankful for you being able to
yeah,
even just rap, you know?
yeah, yeah. I think it's a difference between like I am grateful for to be able to do what I do, and like I understand that I've built up a skill, but
Mm-hmm.
I think the problem is part of me building up that skill is the fact that I don't really give myself grace in building it up. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Like
Yeah.
the self critic in me is why I think I got better as an artist.
Okay.
That's kind of the issue, but also I do need to celebrate my wins more.
Please,
Yeah.
please. They matter so much more than
Yeah.
you criticizing yourself. And I'm not saying no, don't criticize yourself, because again, that's something that actually helps you and keeps you going. But find a way to give yourself grace. So I ain't mean to take it there, but
No.
okay. And when you think about the artist you're becoming, what scares you the most and what excites you the most?
Oh, that's a tough one. What scares me the most about the artist I'm becoming? I think what scares me the most, and this has always scared me, is like losing myself in the art. Like not whatever it may be outside of the creative process itself, is that going to impact the creative process? So that's
I
what
was thinking
scares
about that today.
yeah, like just how we evolve in life. But I guess also everything happens for a reason, so you just got to trust it. But I think the thing that excites me most is just my skill progressing every day. Like just seeing progress is the most exciting thing for me. So
Yeah.
if I can do something better than I did yesterday, that's like exciting. That's what just keeps me in it. You know what I mean?
And what does what does that progress looks like to you?
It's just very like little things. Like in music, it gets so detailed, more detailed than anybody really understands. Like if I understand compression better, you know what I mean? If I understand how to EQ a kick drum, you probably, I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but like
No.
yeah, it's just like developing your ears or like your writing. If you are reading a book and it gives you a tip on writing and then taking that into music and then writing from the tip from the book, that is kind of it excites me because I just learned that new technique.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. And when you're creating, do you lead with vulnerability or do you let the beat pull the truth out of you?
Um I think it's both. Like it's really both. I think the beat will pull the truth out of you, but then it's time to be vulnerable. You
Yeah.
know, like sometimes I'll write first in the with no beat or no music or anything, and that will just be, you know, I don't know, whatever story I'm going to tell. And then if the beat's first, then I'm pulling from the beat. It just changes every time.
Okay. So you saying that sometimes you'll write without a beat?
Sometimes, yeah. Well, like I journal and everything, but like actual lyrics,
Me too.
sometimes.
Okay. And that's with, okay. So if I could put it like this, with you not doing it without a beat, is that like showing your vulnerable side?
I guess, yeah, you could say that. You could say that. But also,
Okay.
it's like if I had a beat, I would still probably be vulnerable. I think music is just a like making music, especially being an artist, is just a very vulnerable act, no matter what. You know
Okay.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like even if you're talking about nonsense and you put a song out, it still takes courage to put a song out that you made out into the world.
Oh,
You know?
listen, it takes courage for me to even drop a podcast
Yeah, it
episode.
does. It does. It really does
I
because now you got everybody looking at you, watching your podcast, and you know that. But it's a very
exactly.
courageous thing to do.
Exactly. Exactly. So you're not chasing viral moments, you're chasing connection.
Yeah,
What does connection mean to you as an artist?
I think a couple things. I think an artist really values being heard more than I understood when I got into the game. Like being heard would mean like also understood and like feel the same feelings. So like if you can kind of talk to people and say, "What did you think about the song?" and they felt kind of a similar way that you did when you made it, like
Mm-hmm.
that's all I'm trying to achieve.
Yeah. Okay.
All I'm trying to achieve. Like it's like if the podcast, somebody listened to the podcast and they what I asked you, what value do you bring with the podcast? And somebody told you the exact value that you bring with the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
That's connection.
Yeah, that's definitely a connection, especially when people be like, or they reposting
Yeah.
what I have said, or they even liking something like on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook with them even liking it. That brings the connection for me as well too. That just lets me know this is the type of content like they like to hear from me. So I definitely get it.
Yep.
So what I didn't ask you, Max, is that okay, so you're an artist. How long when did when did you figure out that you like when did you figure out that you was a rapper? Like when did you
Well,
find yourself getting into the game? Or I'm not even gonna say a rapper, I'm just gonna say an artist.
yeah,
So when did you
yeah,
actually just find yourself just actually getting into the game?
yeah. I don't like rapper because I don't see myself as a rapper. Like I'm not a rapper.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'll rap, but I'm not a rapper. I like,
Okay.
but um, 2018 is when I first got my computer and started.
Okay.
And that was because my favorite artist at the time was Travis Scott, and I saw a show, and then I fell asleep after the show, and then I had this like a literal dream that I was the host of the show, or I was the artist performing. So ever since then, I always thought that making music was cool. It was always like a thing. It wasn't really. I didn't grow up in a music household or anything, but I always thought like producers in my school and like artists in my school were the dopest people.
Mm-hmm.
So after that show, I was like, something just clicked and told me to start making music. And then that's what I did.
So you started in 2018, you said, right?
Yep.
So give me a second because okay, so I'm pulling up your EPK. And with you within the past 2 years, you done had 682,219 total streams from both Spotify and Apple Music. How does that make you feel?
I don't know. I don't know. Because one part of me says, wow, that is incredible. And that's like
Very
when I
incredible.
when I first started and I was just like making music literally in a room in my basement or in the closet at my house. Like I remember drinking a glass of wine and celebrating because I had 100 people stream my song. So
Dope.
I was like having a party, and this was just I was alone, but it was a party for myself because
Yes.
I had 100 people listening to my song,
Mm-hmm.
and then I kept going, and then now we're here, and I have all these streams on these songs that I made, pretty much all in my room, and I'm like, that's amazing, but I got to keep going. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's like it's awesome. It's incredible. I can't put my head around it. It doesn't make any sense.
it's mind blowing.
Yeah. And it's all
Especially
just from
within the
like
past 2 years. That's
yeah,
awesome. That's dope. That is definitely incredible. And I just want to
thank
say, like, congratulations to you for even just reaching that number.
thank
Um, yeah, you're very welcome. Like I said, that's just, a pretty dope thing. How do you know a song is finished, or do you ever really feel like it is?
no, it's never finished, but you just make the decision to stop working on it.
And just let it be.
Stop working on it, and once it goes through the process, because a song has to be produced, written, and then once it goes to mixing and mastering, the process, that's kind of a finalized thing. So once you send it off to mixing, mastering, it kind of puts the finishing touches on it. But to send it off in the first place, it's really just like, okay, I could listen to this and I don't want to work on it anymore for me. So then I
Okay.
send it to mastering and then we're done.
So
But
for the people that don't know, so
sorry to interrupt, but you could work on a song forever. You know what I mean?
you can. You
You got
can. That's
you
all
got to.
I was getting ready to say. Why don't you just have like a little small little EP, like the same song, but following like different
You could. That's a great idea.
timelines or something?
It's a great idea.
Um, you mentioned mix and mastering for people like me. Can you tell us what mix and mastering is?
Yeah. So I think the best way to describe it, or a good way to describe it, is like you're making a cake, and the cake is the song. And the mixing engineer takes all the ingredients that the artist and producer gave him and has to put the correct amount of ingredients in the cake.
Okay.
And then once he gets the cake ready in a way, the mastering engineer puts it in the oven and then it's done. So basically, what the mixing engineer does is take everything that the artist and producer make, and they make it sound the best it can for on your computer and on your radio in your car
Okay. Okay. Okay.
or on your TV, and makes it sound good for all those different platforms. And the mastering engineer just makes sure it's loud enough and fine details, and also make sure it's good for speakers and different speakers. So it's a very weird process that nobody knows about, but it's very, very important.
I was over here thinking, as far as like mix and mastering, as to how the songs are going to line up.
No, no.
That's something that you do yourself.
So each song gets mixing and mastering. It doesn't matter if it's on a project or not.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the
Okay.
it's
Okay.
the
Okay.
song file, right? It's the song specifically. And then yeah, it's like if you have a project, you have a bunch of mixed and mastered songs and you just line that up yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, okay. So, what do you hope the people will feel after leaving a Mac show? After you finish performing, how do you want the people, how do you hope that the people would feel?
I think I would hope to, number one, give them an experience like at a show. And then the whole reason why I got into music was from a show that I felt in insanely inspired from. That's why I got into music in the first place. So I would
Okay.
just say I hope to inspire somebody at the show. You know what I mean? To just do what they love and
Yeah.
don't give a shit about what anybody says or thinks. You know?
Yes, because if you do that, then that's just too much. Um, so what I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna ask you two more questions,
Okay.
and then we can go ahead and close it out. But what's one risk you haven't taken yet, but you need to?
Ooh, that's a good one. One risk I haven't taken yet, but I need to.
Yep, but you need to.
I think um, being more open to collaboration. Like I'm open to collaboration, but in music, collaborating with other people is very vulnerable because I could be recording one of one, which is the most vulnerable you can get in a song
Mm-hmm.
about a breakup, and I'm sad about a breakup, and my boys could be behind me. You know what I mean? So what's that dynamic like? And to be that vulnerable is definitely a risk and it's scary, but
Yeah.
I know I need to do better with that collaboration.
Okay. Okay. So name an artist that you would want to collab with.
I mean, there's so many collab. Um, Probably Russ right now. You know Russ?
Yes, I like him.
And then like my favorite artist is Travis Scott, so I'd love to collab with him. And then I don't know, I'm basic like Drake. Drake is like phenomenal to me,
Okay.
you know. So I don't know, all these guys are just like Cash Page. She's a great artist. I don't know if you know her.
What's the name?
Cash Page is one of
Mm-mm.
my favorite
Maybe I
artists.
need to. Maybe I need to look her up and see what she's about.
Yeah, she's dope.
Um, okay.
There's a
Cash
long list of people I need to collab with.
is Cash spelled with a K or a C?
It's Kaash.
Okay. Bet. I don't
Oh,
know why that name just sounds so familiar, but bet. Thank you for telling me that.
yeah.
So here's my last question to you.
Uh-oh.
What impact do you want your music to have on someone who's never met you?
I think just so So the overall thing I'd say is like I want to be somebody that you hear, no matter whether it be just me talk like this or in the music, and you could say that like I'm going to go after what I love to do because that's how I got started. And like everything steered me in the direction of not taking a chance on myself and not doing something creative or doing something that I really truly want to do, but it's like such a far-fetched thing. But all I said was go for it. And if that could come across in the music or just me talking and just to go after what you love no matter what anybody says, that would mean the world.
I feel the same way.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like that we have to stop holding ourselves back from what other people would say. And this is something that I'm currently learning also, like with my spiritual journey, is just
Mm,
like you because you're gonna have naysayers. You're gonna have that
yeah.
regardless. And if you allow for naysayers to keep holding you back, then you're not, of course you're being held back, you're not going to make it anywhere, and then you actually come like codependent on these naysayers because you feel as if that what they're saying is right, and
Yeah.
it's not. Sometimes the naysayers, they can have it could be a bunch of BS as to what they're saying, because again, um they placing their fears onto you.
Yes.
You have people, the naysayers would definitely try to place their fears onto you, but it's up to you in order for you to be able to read in between that and to understand that you got to go for it. And you also got to understand is that your vision is not everybody else's vision
Yes.
at all. Like, if it was placed on you, it's placed on you for a reason, and you got to believe that you're going to be able to achieve it.
Yeah, I think we paint selfish as such a bad thing, but there's so many good aspects to being selfish.
I
I
I
think
speak about that all the time.
you know, I think you should be selfish and do what you want because and everybody around you after you do that is going to be happier,
Exactly.
and you are especially.
Exactly. And if you sitting up here, you want to go about, if you're not being selfish, then that can become draining. In the sense of you not actually just paying attention to yourself. So you have to
And
be selfish.
and also I'd rather have people judge me for something that I love to do rather than something I don't even want to be doing because
Exactly.
they're going to judge you no matter what.
Exactly.
Just get judged
Exactly.
for loving what you do and you'll feel a lot better about it.
Say it again, Max. I don't think they heard you in the back.
Do what you want to do and deal with it.
No, for real. For real, for real,
Deal
for
with it.
real. Yes, I
Be okay.
love that.
It's gonna be okay, especially because this podcast is a perfect example because you're going to once you continue to do what you feel is right and what you really want to do, then people start to show up in your life where you may would have never met them before, like yourself,
Mm-hmm.
that also aspire to give value or to connect with people. And you
Mm-hmm.
meet like-minded people like you and I that are just
Mm-hmm.
trying to bring value to people.
That's
And
it.
if you were to never take that leap, you wouldn't meet those people that would be like yourself.
Yeah,
So
I
go.
agree.
So go.
I agree so much. Thank you for that. Thank you. And thank you for letting the people know in the back as well, too.
Yeah, they gotta listen back.
Okay. And
Gotta listen
before we
back.
do head out, Max,
Yeah.
can you please tell the people where they can find you at?
Always Max Stanton, Stanton, on all platforms. Max Stanton is my artist name, so wherever you listen to music, um, Max Stanton, that's where it all is. And then also, I also started a podcast with my friend, and it's about music. So if you're in music or you enjoy music talk and music business and all of that, that's Monthly Listeners Podcast. So you can find me there.
Okay. I like that. Well, congratulations, Matt, on starting your podcast and
Thank you.
also like continuing your journey through your music as well too.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. But Matt's like, I do want to thank you for showing up with honesty tonight.
Of course.
Your story is a reminder that chasing something bigger than comfort isn't easy,
No.
but it's necessary.
Yes.
You're building a brand. You're building a brand, a sound, and a legacy rooted in truth, and that's the kind of artistry that lasts. When you're authentic with yourself, you attract organic people.
Yes.
I had to learn that for myself. When you're true to yourself and you're authentic with yourself, which is the same, but whichever way you want to take it, you're going to attract organic people.
Yep.
Again, like we just discussed a couple minutes ago, like, it's okay to be selfish, because selfish has self in it.
You
So
can't be honest with yourself and then go do something you don't want to do.
that's a bunch of BS as well too, because you feel like you're honest with yourself, then you go do something that you don't want to do. It's not gonna mix. That's like oil and water. It does not
Exactly.
mix at all.
Yeah.
Um, and
100%.
so basically, shout out to everybody. I do want to thank y'all so much for tuning in again. Max, I do want to thank you so much for just taking your time out and just wanting to sit down and wanting to have this interview with me. It really means a lot to me. And
Thank
y'all
you.
heard, you're welcome.
I
And y'all
think
heard,
I want to say this before. I think you are just a very you're a very outgoing person, and we could tell that you care. So just keep doing you and giving value to people. It's awesome.
oh, thank you, Max. I greatly appreciate that, and you keep dropping your music as well too. To be honest with you, I think I have actually when I pulled it up on Apple Podcasts, I'm gonna check that out. But I think I had actually like just started like downloading your music anyway. Well, the ones that I liked off top, but
Yeah, yeah,
again,
yeah.
I'm gonna definitely listen to the album and make sure that I keep up with you. But I just also want to let you know that anytime that you want to come back onto Conversations with Glo podcast, you can just hit me up or just go through Keisha and we can definitely take it from there. Do you have an Instagram?
Yeah, always Max Stan.
Okay, bet.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna come and follow you on Instagram, and you can definitely follow me back. I greatly appreciate that. And to all the people that has been tuning in tonight, thank y'all so much for just tuning in and just keeping up with me, your girl Glo, and also the guests that I be having on Conversations with Glo podcast. But y'all already know what you can do between time in the meantime. Peace
Ooh,
out.